So hey guys, today is another day, and today I'm going to break down how do investors actually monetize after funding to our business, because this concept will make us understand why the hell are the investors giving us money and how can we be more profitable, because if we hit the right dopamine to these investors, showing that how their their revenue will grow. So basically if we show that the investors will have much more profit by investing to our startup, that then the investor will be mm, more interested to invest in your startup. So different ways how investors make money, and I have found out these 8 ways. First one is equity. Obviously everyone are aware of equity, is where investors get shares in your company. They basically own a slice of pizza in your company. And now the question comes, how are they going to make money by owning shares in that company? So if your company if your company gets registered into the stock market, which they call IPO, then obviously your shares or the stocks of your company will have some value, and then the investor can sell the shares and earn money. uh, and You see, that is one way. Except that when your company goes to acquisition, last video I interpreted acquisition in a wrong way. I thought it was a process of acquiring customers, but no. Acquisition in business world means that when a company buys another small company, when a big company buys another small company, then it's called as acquisition. And here, when your company goes through acquisition, when it is bought by another big company, then yeah, obviously then you will get an amount, for like an amount will be given to purchase your company. Then in that amount, a percentage of amount which is equal to the shares owned by the investor goes to the investor. So yes, you'll earn by IPO, you'll earn by acquisition, and along with that, you know you can sell your stocks and you can earn. But yeah, that's equity. That's equity. From the equity we can make that's equity. From equity we can make the investor can make money like this. Now we are coming to royalty. So if you have watched Shark Tank, I mean, I watched Shark Tank at the early age of my life. Even though I did not understand shit, I thought all the things they brought to Shark Tank was really cool. Like every single venture, every single business, every single product that came there, it looked cool. So I just watched Shark Tank, regardless of not understanding the financial shit. But forget about that. Now we are talking about royalty. So you have seen Shark Tank investors saying that I want this percentage of royalty. In that sense, share of revenue. Yeah, if you generate a revenue, if you generate 1 lakh every month, then a percentage of 1 lakh, if it is 10%, then 10,000 will go to your investor. So they will set up a royalty. You sure they will have an agreement with you, and they will set up a royalty of like 10% royalty for next few months. Then the 10% of your revenue earned for by like earn every single month until the deadline of royalty will go to the investor. So that's how they make money from royalty. Now there's another concept called as preferred equity. It's just like equity, but in preferred equity, um, there are more guardrails added to the or guardrails, or the stocks there the stocks that the investor owns is much more powerful than the stocks owned by other people. Now in preferred equity, it can be there are several concepts going to preferred equity. It can be liquidation preference. In that sense, when the liquid cash comes to the business, like the revenue comes to the business, then the investors, the percentage of revenue of the investor should, the percentage, the stock of the investor, the revenue, the percentage revenue of the investor should come first before the revenue gets circulated to other members. That's preferred equity. And then second thing is priority in payouts. Again, see, if the company goes down, then maybe the stock prices goes down. But sometimes investors, they have priority in payouts, which means that uh, if the company is sold cheaply, they still get their original investment. And that's due to this priority in payouts. They It's like, by the method of preferred equity, they are able to save zone their funding in the business. And many founders don't come into this agreement. I mean, you have just listened to the demerits, right? So they get preferred equity, or they get dividends if the company decides to pay them. So then they'll get dividends, which is regular. Whenever the revenue comes to the company, then regularly this much percentage goes to them. Then we come to convertible notes. Now, some people just give loan to these people, loan to all these businesses. But when the business, over the period of time, if the business grows, then rather than expecting the loan back with the interest that was kept with the loan, they just say, "Give me your shares." And that's how these people get. People give loan to big startups, then small startups. So if it goes big, then they are going to use, and then they are going to just say, give us shares rather than giving us loan. And obviously, if they just give back the money from loan back, then he'll just get the money with interest rate. So he'll just get a bit profit. But if it is stocks, then the company stocks keep changing every single day. And if it goes boom, like if it hits a huge price, then you can sell it at once, and then you'll earn more than the money that you have given to your friend as a loan. Now, after convertible notes, there comes simple agreement for future equity. So another way is like some investors just do agreement for future equity. Like, so it's just like a promise for future shareholding. I'm ready to give you money, but promise me if this business goes big, you're going to give me this much percentage of equity. That's a agreement. That's a yeah, stray. That's a simple agreement for future equity. Then there comes straight debt. There comes revenue linked financing. Then fund level returns. Okay, see, straight debt is quite complicated thing. Like, I tried my best, but I didn't grasp the concept of straight debt. But it's something related to pure loan, and it's I genuinely don't have any idea, so I can't give much context of a straight debt. But I'll go ahead and research about this. But regardless of straight debt, there comes revenue linked financing. So revenue linked financing is royalty itself. It's much like royalty, and financing, the money coming, is linked to the revenue of the company earned. That's revenue linked financing. Now, one more thing is fund level returns. Okay, investors have an upper hand. But what about VCs? VCs are not getting their money from their pocket. They're getting it from limited people, LP. So how are these VCs going to earn? First of all, they get few money from their fund as salary, and except that, they also take a few percentage of the share. This is how VCs earn money, even though they even though even though yeah, but yeah, never mind. It's just, this is how VCs actually earn money, even though the money is funded by LPs. This is how VCs actually earn money, satisfying everyone's, without without yeah, never mind, just leave it. I'm quite sleepy today, man, guys. So really sorry if I'm dozing off a lot today. So please don't mind. Okay, so regardless of that, that's revenue link financing and fund level returns. These are the ways which you can earn money. I mean, the investor can earn money by funding your startup. Hopefully, the video was helpful, and we'll be back tomorrow. See ya.